Hello everyone, welcome to a pick a card, loved one reading. We're going to do charms to get the messages. Obviously we'll tune into the message from the card that you chose, or maybe you're drawn to the number 1 or 2, maybe you're just drawn to left or right, the colors, whatever it is. But I feel like the reading today is going to be either you're going to be receiving surprising messages, messages you don't expect to receive from the loved one that comes to mind when we get into the reading, or you're going to receive messages today from a surprising loved one. So like someone you didn't expect to kind of hear from, but of course, always nice to hear from them. And then since it's a surprising relative to come through, maybe the messaging as well will be a bit surprising to you. But all encompassing, today's reading is about getting you the message that you need to hear today. So timeless reading, when you come across this video, you're meant to connect with your loved one. I do timestamp below, so if you've already chosen your card, feel free to skip ahead into that reading if you want. If you need more time to tune in, go ahead and pause the video now. Otherwise, I'm an organic reader, so you're going to see me just kind of move everything away on camera and change things up. Get the charms, get the cards. Okay. So just move this over. Bring your card into frame here. I don't know, maybe we'll use that to, I don't know if that'll help stand it up. We'll see. Okay, card 1. So let's get into what your loved ones want to express with you today. You'll see here I have my affirmations chart that they chose. So some positive, supporting messages, reminders that we need to hear and receive, right? Sometimes we forget along the way of who we are, who we could be, maybe what our passions and dreams and interests used to be. Just gonna pause when I feel movement. Okay. So let's see what, oh wow. Okay, let's see where that one wanted to go. That almost felt like they wanted to jump out of my hand there. I don't think I've ever felt a pull on my finger as strongly as that. So I don't know if that's a sign of your loved one. I don't know if you attribute physical strength to them. So maybe they had a larger stature, form. Maybe their employment required them to be strong. So that could be any kind of service, any kind of labor, right? Okay, we got quite a few. I think they're trying to hit this orange triangle again. There we go. Okay. So if you know me, I always have to do a little cleanup. Something special here about a new beginning. That's interesting. This came out when I was talking about my my heavy index finger pull. Okay. Got some nice gold up here. Higher frequency. Sparrow, affinity. All right, so move the bowl. Just so I have places to put the cards. We'll get into the additional messages here, the clarity, further details for me, so I can do my best to get your loved ones' messages across to you. That was interesting how that card kind of almost took its own little pause in the air, like a little hop, little sign of excitement and joy. So again, maybe that's part of their personality, right? We were just talking about someone who may have exuded strength or physically looked strong, and now we've got like this light joy with them, lightheartedness. Maybe they were also like the comedian in the family. seeing I need to make some room here for the cards. So maybe like that's better. This will need, okay, and then back to the cards. So I don't know if, like I said, if that's helping to bring anyone to mind here. For me, it kind of reminds me of like my childhood. We had a close family friend, lovingly known by all of us children as Uncle Mike or Uncle Monkey Mike. He was very tall already as a individual, and then for a child, he looks like 7-8 feet tall, right, to a child. But he was so playful for his size, right? A very friendly giant. So maybe that connects in here to your true loved one a bit. Definitely would be surprising to me to hear from him. He departed from our family life quite a while ago, like while I was still in my childhood, and now I'm in my 40s, so time has passed. Sorry, I'm just taking the timestamp here for you guys. Okay. Starting with the card you tuned into. Now that's a nice card to get when we're connecting with our loved ones right away. The beautiful card here of the, you know, you could either see it or read it as an angel, right, crossing, coming in to kiss you on the nose here. Interesting that I kept saying childhood, and this is a very, you know, older to younger generation style of embrace, right? The gentleness on the face could be the child kissing the parent, right? Reaching up, giving the little peck. So either this is a person from your childhood, it could be your child, and maybe that's why it's surprising to you that your child is coming through. Or here's that strong but gentle, right? That friendly giant person that's coming in here. You know, for you it could be, for me it was family friend. For you that could be a grandparent, parent, maybe a boss. Oh, the light's gonna hit that awkwardly, isn't it? You know what? I bet the elephant would work. Okay. Just bring a little. Sorry for the fuss, but I just want to make sure. Okay, let's keep the loved one on camera here. This way you can keep looking back to the card, because you'll notice every time you look back at the card, something else will stand out to you. Like just now, I was drawn into the smile, you know, kind of a nice big kind of toothy grin. Again, that's a very jovial, joyful, playful spirit, but they may have been known by their big smile, bright smile. Maybe you just know them as always laughing, always happy around you. Okay, where do we want to start with messages? Let's come down. Let's do a bit of a zigzag here through your messages. So we have your like life experiences. This is your Akashic records. This is your notebook of all your past experiences. So either past lives or all experiences in this present life, right? Everything up to present moment. And they're pairing that here with my little toy mouse, my little mischievous mouse that kind of scurries about. So I don't know if your loved one here is trying to kind of remind you that you've seen this before, right? You're not seeing things. Trust your gut, right? Because mice are really quick, right? We kind of catch them out of the corner of their eye and we're like, oh, did I just see what I think I saw? So there's a, you know, look back, trust yourself, you know, believe in what you're kind of seeing here, the little signs here. And it says, it was on the tile, forgive yourself and let go. So again, past experiences. So maybe you're already in that post state of, I wish I had made the choice sooner or seen sooner. It's like, no. It takes a while for us to build up the experience to be able to see, right? To be able to deal with it. We go first from being afraid of the mouse to, oh, you're just a little thing. I can catch you, I can hold you, play with you, keep you as a pet, right? We kind of change our perspective. But it's learned experience, right? Learned through experience. Okay. Yeah, so you've been going through an emotional release here. Look at the comparison. I don't know if you're comparing yourself to others or comparing one situation to another. We have to be careful of that as well. I mean, obviously there's learned experience, right? You have the learned experience back here. That's your notebook. But we have to make sure we're not, like, he's kind of deflecting, right? Putting a past experience onto someone else, or like I said, this is you maybe yelling at yourself, feeling guilty, ashamed. Don't do that, right? This experience is contained, and this is the next new experience. So kind of working through your release and your awareness of, trial and error. We all go through it. Nothing wrong with that. It takes time, right? We got to build up the experience to see these little things. And it's little. It's just little. You're just missing the little things. It's not like you're, what's the saying? We're making a mountain out of a molehill, right? Don't make things bigger or grander than they actually are. Okay. I know I said I was going to zigzag, but I'm being pulled here just next door. So let's see. So sitting on the line, so on the golden green, very favorable colors. We have my little piggy. This is all about indulgence, obsessions, anything that like consumes our thoughts, right? Overcomplicating things, dedicating too much thought or energy to any one thing or person, right? That's not really serving us much in any kind of favorable way. Or it can actually be consuming like food or something in abundance and just kind of watching that. But it's sitting on your energy is a force of nature. It's unstoppable and purposeful. And every day your energy becomes stronger and more magnetic. So it's really just a caution to, I would say more, not to over obsess. Everything is in like one day at a time, one step at a time. Don't get too focused. Don't get too stuck in any one area, one solution, one idea. Kind of let yourself spread a bit here. Maybe even open up, maybe delegate. Maybe you're taking on too much responsibility in terms of abundance here on your plate, because you can attract help, right? You're unstoppable when you're kind of leading the charge. You don't need to take everything on. Oh yeah, look at the card they're pairing that with, right? Look at you controlling everything. Maybe that's just your natural spirit. You're a planner, you're a doer. So I'm gonna set to task, but there's definitely a call here of, you can't be monitoring everything all at once. Like it's quite impossible to do that in anyone's life, I think. So being willing to, call in some support, even if it's just trading off a shift, right? Trading off some, shifting up priorities, or working with your close network, your partners, your families, to redistribute responsibilities for the next little while. Not to say that you're not doing well. You definitely are, right? Everything's under control. It's just you're constantly like spinning, right? He's gonna have to be constantly head on the swivel, looking everywhere and anywhere, when you can just attract in the support you need for as long as you need, right? Don't burn out, little piggy, don't burn out. Or be caution to burnout. Okay. I'm gonna come up here. So let's see, we got the family tree, or a network, a close network. It's my smaller tree. So this is like a team at work. This is an interest group. Could be an athletic team, right? You know, maybe you're on a pub trivia team. You know, maybe you're, you know, this could be your online circle versus, right, if you're a gamer or part of any kind of online society or group. And they're pairing this with this bright star here. So I want to say that you may have just found this group. I don't think you've been in it for a while. It's either very new to you, or you're about to find this group, you're about to stumble into this group. This group is meant for you, right? So if it's an interest you're into, you're going to finally find the community that embraces you. You know, you're going to find that gym environment and group of regulars that, you know, your energy just matches theirs. This could be a new team in a job environment through, you know, a new opportunity, the star, you know, rising. But there's a connection here to a new group. Let's see. You are aligned with the power of inner peace. Okay. So you're finding some balance by connecting in with some like-minded individuals, some individuals with similar energies to you, similar passions, similar personalities, demeanors, right? Temperamental demeanors. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at you sitting on your throne in the forest of abundance and prosperity. Got your coin in your hand like you're eating it like a cookie. You know, a little treat yourself. Good job. You know, maybe that's what the loved one wants to say to you, right? Treat yourself. Have a cookie. You know, congratulations. You found them. Right? They've been waiting for you. This is where you were meant to be, right? You're taking the throne. I don't know why. I feel like he's kind of doing like a nudge with his elbow and a wink to me. But that message kind of feels like, you know, we may have had something to do with that. You know, we may have helped a little bit on the, you know, from the divine side here with spirit and soul to kind of nudge you down this path. But we wanted you to find your collective, right? Your group. You know, who knows who's in that group? There may be a little special surprise for you in the group, right? A little treat. You know, that could be a partner. Could be a business partner, a romantic partner, could be a new best friend, right? It might be someone who can open the door to another job, opportunities to travel, whatever it is. I feel like there's like a little surprise within that, and this whole reading is all about surprises, right? I said that off the top of the intro. We're doing either you're going to receive surprising messages or messages from a surprising person, but you got this nice little surprise here with this group coming up. So, some good favor there. Good decisions you've made recently. Influenced or not, you're doing the right thing. Okay. This might be connected here to this new start, because we have star with star. So they're also putting good favor on this new start that you're embarking on, already in. Actually, this flower's already bloomed. So this could be you already in your first days of, you know, another chapter of your life. Could just be a reflection of, you know, the fresh days of the new season that we're in. But there's like an idea you gave birth to. There's a decision you decided to pursue. that may be connected to like a dream or a passion. Definitely excites you, makes you happy. Ooh. Let's see. Your energy is strong, resilient, and full of life. Yeah, it's definitely connecting in with your passions here, your creativity, right? Your idea. Something that's, you know, making you kind of sing a little bit here, shine a little bit, smile a little bit more when you think about it or them. Okay, well, whatever you're doing, you're calling in the people here. Either this is your new community, right? You kind of, it's almost like when you're I wanted to say isolated, but you're kind of independent. It's almost like you turn on your lights here, like a beacon. There we go. I'm trying to get the word out of my mouth, like beacons. And here they come flocking in. So if this is a new idea, that's like a product or something that's consumable, sellable, you know, here comes your clientele, your customers. If this is you like revamping a dating profile, a professional profile, you know, this is recruiters and suitors, right? Coming across your path, checking you out because you're saying, hey, I'm ready, look at me, right? You're showing your best self, you love your idea, and there's good favor here. So let your idea shine, turn your beacons on. Your loved one is all here for it. They're thrilled. They're dancing in the sky above you. Okay, so now we're coming to the card up beside your loved one here. It's kind of nice. You know, they kind of forced me to loop around counterclockwise here, so they opened up with a kiss. They're gonna end with a kiss, a loving embrace, right? A hello and a goodbye. Oh, I went card first. I don't know why I did that. Okay, you know what? Go with the flow. All right, card first. Well, look at you rising. Look at them showing you who you are today. Here's the reminder, right? Here's the don't forget everything you've been through, right? He's wearing his badges of honor. He's wearing his certifications, his degrees. These are all experiences, places you've been, right? You're wearing it proudly because this is who I am now. Because of all this, right? My soul path to this point. Here I am. Here's who I am. And you're just glowing in beautiful green favor here. Coins. You know, you found your heart's fulfillment, or you're about to, right? You're on the right path here to heart's fulfillment, joy, feeling like your life is abundant and prosperous. Look how they're side by side here as well. Everything is in alignment, right? You seek your community. You get rid of the previous community, right? You filtered out your peoples. You brought in some newer, brighter people. You're sharing an idea or a new start with others. And then you elevate. You elevate. Okay. So we have golden affinity coming from the heavens here. We have a golden sparrow delivering a message from heaven. I do feel like this new chapter, this new leg of your soul journey that you're setting out on, is going to create quite a legacy here. You know, if you're someone who's looking for that lengthy obituary, here it comes, right? But we've got a little special message here from heaven. So let's see what the message is in addition to legacy here. So you vibrate at the frequency of abundance and success. Yes. So you've got some incoming increase, definitely in status, in self-confidence, and very likely in the bank accounts, in the wallets. Long lasting, definitely a lot longer lasting than you've probably felt. So, message from above, a little birdie singing its song of cheerfulness, right? Joy, cheerfulness, excitement of who you're developing into, and encouragement to just do this final bit of release, right? It's just a tiny little mouse, one little, or I guess two little, right? The control, I guess, here, right? Opening up to some help, to support, or just sharing of ideas. Work in these two areas, and you've got this beautiful bright path, right? Look at the embracing, the welcoming. This could even be you now passing down to the next generation, right? The infinity loop, going around in a circle, the new story, new destiny that you've created here. So thank you for popping in, loved one. If you're drawn to card number 2, feel free to hang in here while I clear the board, or I will see you at our next messages. Okay. Number 2. Let's see where these charms are going to go this time. Who knows? Okay. There we go. So, group. Sorry, I just got distracted by my my notes here. Okay, so group 2, we were drawn to this card, maybe the number 2, maybe it was something in the graphics, who knows? Maybe it was just because it was on the right side of the camera. So what we're gonna do is charms first, and then we'll get into the cards. So we'll see what either surprising relative comes through for you, or connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be a relative. It could be a teacher, a mentor, a neighbor, who knows? So many people cross our paths and connect with us and leave a lasting imprint. Or we'll see what kind of surprising message you might receive. You know, maybe something you weren't expecting to have them talk about, or let you know that they know, right? Even though they know everything. They support, give some decisions here. Starting to feel movement, so it must be down in this corner. Don't worry, that's just a discard. Interesting that they waited for the whole chart. Okay, let's see where they're going now. Almost feels like a bit, I don't know if you've ever partook in safe usage of a Ouija board or any kind of pendulum work, but when you can feel the pull, or the dowsing rods, that's kind of what this feels like. You can kind of feel like my wrist is being pulled here. That's interesting, because the first group I didn't have that. I had more of a strong push on the fingers, so I don't know if this person used to hold your hand, or someone that would guide you, like they're guiding me. So a parent, like I was saying, a teacher, professor, a mentor, or it could be a child that used to kind of pull you by your wrist or by your finger, right? Kind of grab you and say, let's go. But that's kind of what it feels like. It could be a friend too, like, come on, let's go. Maybe they were always encouraging you. Just making sure everything is how they want it. Yeah, for some reason they want this in, like, they don't want me to fuss with 4 in a row here, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's get your cards. Maybe I'll just move the bowl out of the way. So let's see, what are the additional clarifications, just so I can do my best to get the messages across here for you guys. Nope. I feel like shove that one back in. Okay. Okay, both. All right. So we'll start with tuning into the loved one. So let's see. What other details can I give you about your loved one? Of course, in the card, there should be details that will connect with you and make you think of someone. I don't know if I said it out loud, but in my head while we were getting the charms, or maybe it's because I was saying teacher, but I was getting like a caretaker, someone very caring. I don't know if they worked in the medical profession. You know, they were a nurse, a doctor, a dentist, a vet. But there's like this higher level of care with them. And I think that's why they were pulling my wrist, right? They were guiding me when I was doing the charms. You know, I still think like a teacher, a mentor, you know, an older sibling even, right? If they were the one to guide you, to encourage you to step forward, share your idea, come with me, you know. Could have been that cousin that would take you out to parties, right? There's this extra emphasis of love that they put on you, extra attention on you. They could see everything about you. I'm pausing because I'm trying to, they're pulling me down here to the butterfly and the eagle here. Although it feels more, or they're telling me it's a phoenix, so that's two transformations. I mean, that could be the distance from you, like two generations, because I feel like they're trying to say two iterations, or it could be two people, right? It could be parents coming through together, right? They'd be caring, obviously, of a child, or it could be an aunt and an uncle, you know, two cousins, two best friends. But I feel like if it's not two that would have crossed together at the same time or in swift succession, one after the other, there's at least a 2-generational kind of gap between you in terms of who they are and you in reference to you. But like I said, just a very high degree of love for you, affection, attention, and encouragement for you to show who you are, step out of your shell, to participate, to join. All those words are coming out. Maybe you haven't been doing that lately. Maybe that's what they're trying to do now. Come out, participate, join, socialize. Okay, so where do we want to start? I think I'm going to come down to the light here. It's like a lantern, a flashlight, kind of energy, like a spotlight. So they're shining a light on something. So we're going to start here. They're putting emphasis on it, because that's what they're doing. They're putting emphasis on it with the light. And it's also an orange light. So we'll see if they're yielding or cautioning. Could also be shining solution or creativity down as well. So we'll see here. What does it say? Every cell in your body is vibrating with high energy. So it actually could be both, because it's blue. So it could be a caution that you're being very emotional, or you're trapped in an emotional state, or you're in a period where your emotions can be easily triggered or motivated or influenced. So caution on that. Also a spotlight on you're vibrating with high energy, which means let those creative juices flow, like the orange flowing from the light. Let solutions come forward, be open-minded. Be willing to discover, seek, learn. Okay. So pairing that with the Lover's card here, look how they're putting the hand over their heart. But I think it's actually the opposite. I feel like here's those two individuals, right? I was getting duality here. Two loved ones looking down at you. Maybe this is, you're taking away, stealing away quiet moments of heartache, heartbreak. It could also just be your thoughts that they see. Look at the emotion, the red anger, the passion. Something's weighing on your heart. There's something you're struggling with. Your loved ones are hearing you. They see you. They know. They're trying to send you the positive energy here. Again, hands wide open. Welcoming embrace. They could be inviting you to talk to those that are here, right, on the earth with you. Who are your close earth supporters? Is there one or two? Looks like you very likely have two individuals here, or again, it could be a couple, it could be a partnership of some kind, that will no doubt have your back. You got two cheerleaders here. You don't need to kind of suffer here in the silence. This is also unleashing, right? You're keeping ideas, you're keeping thoughts close to the heart. Release them. You've got communities, you've got people waiting to receive your good idea. So sharing. So depending on your situation, it could be both messages, or it could be one or the other for you. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to kind of follow we went from a stop, like a caution yield sign, to a signpost. So my directional sign, camp this way. And it's paired with one of my beautiful kind of filigree hearts. Shows all the powers of manifestation, kind of weaving all the plausible and possible yet to come about opportunities and connections as they relate to your heart's desires, what's on your mind. And this is all about focus, kind of focus here. So even on the paper and how I put it in my hand, so focus in on the heart. Focus in on the heart. What are you trying to create? What kind of desire right now? What kind of fulfillment are you trying to bring about? And spend more time focusing, putting your energy, right, your high vibrations into that area. So if you want to improve a connection, you want to push forward an idea or a side hustle, focus in on that. Let's see. You have the power to elevate your reality. Yeah, basically you have the power to make a dream a reality. So if you want, that job, do it, focus on it. Figure out, what do I have to do to express my interest, share my thoughts, and who I could be in the role, what I'll contribute, right? Put some energy in this direction. Oh yeah, look at you farming, right? Look at you putting the energy in, and the rewards coming as the output, right? Focusing your attention to tend your heart desire, whatever it is. So I desire a stronger relationship. I desire to join a community of something, that I want to change my lifestyle in this way. So focused, takes time, right? Nurturing spirit, interesting. We're coming back to the caring, nurturing spirit. So if anything, you can kind of smile to self. You got your little birdie here on your head, a bluebird. So, follow my example. be inspired by me in terms of patience, perseverance, but more so the nurturing and the care that needs to be put into your idea, that needs to be put into the connection. Let your magic weave, right? You got your magic right on your pentacles here. Okay. So we have my cheetah, my wildcat. So this is a fast change, quick movement, sudden progression, something changing very, very rapidly. So anything that has to do with quickness. So let's see. You attract high vibrational people and experiences into your life. Okay, so look what happens. You put some time and some effort, right? You open your heart, you put some time and some effort, you get the support you need, you nurture this, and then it's going to feel like a sudden change, a swift change here in what you're attracting, right? This output. So let's see what you can attract to yourself. Again, it's coming out with connection. So a lot of you are ready for exactly this, new people in your life, a deeper connection with a commitment you might be in, and you're looking for some new experiences. Okay. Look at that. Look at the people walking. They're literally walking out of the ocean right to you. Like, hello, I got your message, right? Hello, I got your message. And you're like, oh yeah, here, let me take that, right? So this is soulmate energy, like meets like in any environment, romantic, professional, out in the community, your neighborhood, within a friendship circle. There's a meeting here of similar energy, good energy for you, some good mind. It looks healing, coming back to kind of the heartache here, the struggle in the beginning. We see some strong healing up here. Also a little bit of a divine intervention, kind of little message here. So you might see the sign, right? The lion's kind of holding the sign. Not to mention she's also handing you literally the sign. So I think they're going to help make sure you don't miss this opportunity that's going to cross your path, right? The quick change, the love at first sight moment, the right place, right time for that opportunity, for that sale, for the offer, whatever it might be, right? It's a cup. So whatever your dream is, whatever this dream is, manifest it, focus. Okay. I might split these up a bit just because I don't know if I have room up there. First I'm going to bring them down here where I can actually pull them off my desk. Okay. So, in the intro, the 4 charms were very clear that they needed to be read together. Your loved ones did not want me to fuss with the order. So I'm going to go in the order as well. They're making me go upwards. So we're starting with transformation, a big change in the positive, right? So a lifestyle change into positive, a big change in you, a new evolution or iteration of self. And this is sitting on, you are in complete control of your thoughts and emotions. Well, there's the transformation right here from this guy. So whoop, he went up here. So no wonder we shone the light down here. Start with balancing, centering your energy, focus, and then overnight, bam, and your transformation. The getting everything back under control, loving self again, self-belief, hope, right? Energy, motivation. And then we're heading into magical moments, magical memories. Well, we saw that here. This is serendipitous connections. Deja vu, kind of incarnations, dreams becoming reality, coming back again. And we paired that with a horseshoe, your empty receptacle, ready and waiting to be filled with new abundance, new prosperity, good luck, favor. It's nice to have the unicorn with its horseshoe as well. So kind of double luck. And it's sitting on a golden tile. And it's on a tile that's all about vibrating at a frequency of abundance and success. So a change in a more favorable direction for sure is on your horizon. Now, on our pink tile, you are surrounded by a field of pure positivity. And look what they put on it. Your supporters from heaven, the banner from heaven, you know, the one you love, like it says. So I always read this as, I always see like marathons, 5Ks, 3Ks, because there's always people on the side holding up those positive banners, right? Your friends and your family. They're holding up the banners for you, right? Waving you forward. Participate. That was one of the first words I said. Come on, participate. Get out there. Get out there. Make it happen. Because abundance is waiting for you when you do. When you can transform yourself, shake yourself. Sometimes just shaking ourselves out of an emotional dip, right? Maybe you had a sting to your self-confidence. Work your way out. Pour some attention into what makes you happy. And then all this beauty comes rolling into, oh, look at that. Well, you know, your loved ones can celebrate better. Look at that, handing you the Ace of Pentacles from heaven, celebrations below and above, right? New opportunities, new people, better days ahead. You have a better outlook, better balance, better handle, right? Your energy is totally different. Look at you, holding your heart and looking away to having drinks and celebrating with those individuals. So definitely a positive outlook on your horizon once you just focus in on this one little area. You know, just feels emotional, just mindset, right? Mind over matter. It's quite interesting how stress and emotions can really influence, or other people's energy, right? Other people's emotions can influence us. So if you can be cautious and work through that and invite in who you need to help you work through that, you've got this beautiful, colorful, happy, heart-fulfilling path ahead of you. So beautiful reading, beautiful messages from your loved ones. I hope you could feel them, see them, and receive what you need here today.